Hey Capricorns, welcome to your soul alignment reading. If you're feeling a little bit off balance, a little bit off kilter, unsure what your next steps are, then this reading can be for you. So we're going to start first by pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have out for you is Spirit Initiation. Let's pull another and see what other energies are surrounding this reading for my Capricorn collective. What's happening in your soul alignment world. And we have Aracura blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. So for my Capricorns out there, we're starting off this reading with a very hopeful energy that's surrounding this. So with the initiation card, it almost feels as though you are being welcomed into a new phase of your life. That, of course, when we transition from one chapter to another, it can make us feel a little bit unsettled. It can make us feel a little bit off balance, but understand that this is a part of your personal growth process. This is you elevating to a new level. And I almost feel like with the initiation card, what I just heard in my head was like, damn, did it have to be that harsh? And so I feel almost as though the lessons that you have learned in order to sort of graduate to this next level of your life may not have necessarily been the kindest. They may not have been the most gentle lessons that you have learned in your life, but they were lessons that you needed to learn in order to evolve. And so looking at the blossoming card, like this is sort of opening up an entire new world for you. And I hope that you can feel the good vibes. Like there's a little bit of nervousness here, but there's a lot of excitement also. And so where you might feel frustrated about not being entirely sure what you should do next or where this path is leading to, it's okay because it's a new experience for you. This is the byproduct of growth. It's, what do they call it? Growing pains, right? Where, kids' bones may be a little bit sore because they're growing, they're stretching, they're lengthening, they're expanding. And you're doing all of the above right now. That's the energy that's surrounding this reading, that this is a huge period of growth for you. And while it may have you feeling a little bit off, a little bit unsure, it's going to be okay. Don't let frustration get the best of you. Don't sort of start engaging in negative self-talk or anything like that. I just heard roll with it. So whatever's coming for you is not insurmountable. It's going to be fine. You just have to sort of ride the waves out until they calm down. So let's start with a little bit of tarot and see first how you can get in alignment with your soul. How do you get your feet back under you? And what we have for you is the King of Roses, and we also have the Birth card. So with the King of Roses, and this is the King of Cups in traditional tarot, it almost feels as though Spirit is asking you to be a little bit kinder to yourself, where those feelings of uncertainty, those may sort of trickle over into self-doubt. I almost feel as though Spirit is saying that it's time for you to return a little bit of love back to you, right? And in doing so, I do feel like that is going to sort of give you a more stable foundation. And we see that with the Birth card, right? So you already have two cards that came out that are talking about transition, that are talking about new beginnings, that you are just getting started. And fours typically symbolize stability and structure, but they can also represent a little bit of a standstill when things feel a little bit stagnant, where it feels like either you're holding back something or like this world in general is holding something back from you. And so I think that in terms of this reading for my Capricorns out there, in order for you to get alignment, you're going to have to start pouring back into yourself. and any sort of stagnancy that you feel, sort of reframe that thought and look at it as, okay, things may not feel like they're going full speed ahead, but that's okay, because building a foundation takes time. It's like when you drive past a construction site one day and you see like this like layer of concrete or whatever one week, and it's like you see that every day, every day, every day, and it's like, damn, are they even doing anything? And then you drive past a week later and they got the frame up, they're putting windows in it. It's like, wow, where did that come from? All of that could not have happened without this foundation that was being laid, that looked like it took forever, that looked like nothing was moving. So I feel like there's a reframing of your mindset where you're frustrated, you start giving more to yourself and you start affirming yourself. Be like, that's okay. Everything is unfolding in divine timing. We're good. We're good. We're building the foundation. So that's the first step. No negative self-talk, no self-doubt, no none of that. You're on the right track, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable for you. So what your soul truly wants for you as you move forward on your next path, the first card that we have out for you is the One of Roses, or the One of Cups, the Ace of Cups in traditional tarot, commitment. So what your soul wants for you is for you to commit to growth, to experiencing what life has in store for you, to exploring what life looks like after you have learned all of these lessons that have come your way. It feels as though your soul wants you to commit to yourself and living your best life. Because again, I think this initiation that you experienced was pretty hard fought, and it could have drained you to a certain extent. And I feel like Spirit is saying, okay, yeah, it may have, but now is the time for you to double down on you. All of that energy that you gave to other people, places, things, situations, pour it back into yourself. Spirit needs you to recommit to you and to your dreams. And we also have that clarified with the Eight of Roses, community. So I do think that in spite of what you have experienced, Spirit wants you to take a look at the people that you have around you and also figure out who is worth staying and who needs to go. Because the Eight of Roses, or the Eight of Cups in traditional tarot, represents someone who is walking away from something and walking towards something else. And eights represent movement, action, change. And so I think that Spirit says, going forward, not only are you committing to yourself, but you are absolutely reevaluating the people that you have around you. Everybody is not meant to travel with you on this journey. Everybody is not worthy of traveling with you as you elevate to new levels. So taking a little bit of time and assessing who should be around and who shouldn't is something that's super important. But Spirit wants you to know that next on your path is having to make those decisions. Now, the changes that need to occur in order for you to sort of take this next step, we have the King of Scrolls, or the King of Swords in traditional tarot. So this is a very analytical energy. It's a very thoughtful energy. It's someone who can be a little bit blunt. They can be a little bit cutting, much like the Queen of Swords. It's someone who does not hold back their opinion. So I think where you may have been silenced a little bit in the past in terms of you learning these lessons, now is the time to sort of use your voice, right? It's the time for you to really be able to verbalize what it is that you want, what it is that you expect, what it is that you're not going to tolerate from other people. Because I think, Capricorn, you have been so repressed and so stymied by other people who are around you that whatever happened to you in the past was such a shakeup that it sort of rocked the foundation that you had before. And now you're in the process of rebuilding. And so Spirit is kind of saying, don't make that same mistake again. Don't let people run over you. And we have the 6 of Keys to clarify, or the increscent moon. So the 6 of Keys is the 6 of Pentacles in traditional tarot. And it's really about finding that balance. So Capricorn, this is not to say that with the King of Swords that you run out and you just start lighting people up left and right, that you start cursing them out and all of that good stuff. No, this is about finding that balance, making sure that the relationships that you engage in are reciprocal. And if you're not getting what it is that you want or need out of someone else, then making sure that you take the opportunity to tell them, to really sort of vocalize what it is that you're feeling. Like, hey, this is not okay. This is not equitable. This is not feeling particularly fair. And if that person is receptive and they're on some, oh, wow, I didn't realize that, I'm so sorry, like, I'll do better, then wonderful. But if that person is like, man, you going to get what you going to get and you going to like it, then guess what? You're back over here and making that decision on who it is that you keep around and who it is that you walk away from. But you're not going to be able to do that if you don't give the other person the opportunity to show you what they're coming with. If they're coming in to just create chaos and they're not, they're not doing things that are in a mutual best interest for you all, what do you really need them around for? So, but, you're going to have to use your voice, because a lot of times people just don't know what's expected of them. They don't know what the other person's thinking. And I think for you to be able to articulate that is going to be super important going forward. So how you can best listen to your spirit. So we have the Ace of Swords on track, and we also have Add Some. So we'll start first with the One of Scrolls, or the One of Swords, or the Ace of Swords. This is inspiration. This is a new beginning. This is you speaking your truth. So how it is that you can listen to what your soul truly wants is by taking that quiet time and acknowledging the messages that come through and being very, very firm and very honest with yourself about what it is that you want. So it's not a matter of you getting downloads from your higher self or downloads from spirit, whatever it is that you want to call it, and sort of second guessing it or, challenging it. It's like, or letting other people's opinions sort of impact what it is that you want. This is you absolutely standing in your truth and saying, you know what? Yeah, this is exactly what I want. This is what I deserve. This is what I'm going for. Speaking truth into your own power. And with Add Some, I love this card because it's not necessarily super well represented in traditional tarot. But if you can see, there's this woman who is sitting here with a book, and she has elders all around her. She has an angel here. She has a spirit guide here. And she has presumably some old person that she may have known in a past life, a relative or something, standing behind her, all in this illuminating glow. So how it is that you can listen to what it is that your soul wants is by going within, getting all of the information that you possibly can, and trusting your judgment, trusting your spirit squad, your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides, gods and goddesses, whoever it is that you look to, is trusting the information that they give you. And you'll also notice that in the background, there's someone else here bringing her more books, more information, more knowledge and understanding. Those are the people that you keep around you. The ones who you have already vetted and figured out who needs to be in my community. So there's, there are good people around you, but you're just going to have to listen to that discernment that's coming in for you. So trusting the messages and the information that you're getting from your higher self and from others around you is going to be super important in terms of taking your next step and opening up your next chapter. So another message from Spirit: I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. So again, I think Capricorns, to a certain extent, I think that this is you. That again, this initiation was rough. And it's almost sort of cast a shadow on your past experiences, but you were looking at yourself. You were looking at your life in a different way. And you are now looking at it through a lens of love, which you may not have been able to do previously because of all of the stress that was swirling around you. But now you're getting your feet under you, you're deciding who stays and who goes, and you're being very honest with yourself about what it is that you want going forward. So it feels like you're on the right path. You have a lot of guidance around you. All you need to do is tap in and trust. So that's what I got for my Capricorn collective. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.